Sure, I'm Nick Boyle. I'm the Manager of Conservation, Health and Welfare at Taronga. So I work with the teams that run our wildlife hospitals, look after our rehabilitation programs, and also the team that looks after our animal population and our conservation programs out in the field, and those that we support and also the ones that we run in the zoo. I think the future of koalas is at a precipice. We're at this really clear point in time where something has to be done now to turn around the trajectory that we currently see them on. I think the statistics being suggested of 26% decline in recent years, and that's something that we really do need to focus on and turn around. The positive side to that is coming to a conference like this, engaging with all these passionate and experienced people. I think the future could be bright. We just really need to make sure that we're pulling together and that we're focusing on the things that really matter for koalas. In 2017, Taronga established a partnership with Green Grants. So they're a company that will look at offsetting your carbon footprint by restoring prime habitat for species. So we work with them to focus on what habitats will bring the best benefit to the species that are held as our priorities, and one of those is obviously the koala. So this is something that a private company, an individual, a company, a very large organisation could do with Green Fleet. They could contact them and say we're interested in looking at reducing our carbon footprint and offsetting, and that all goes back into prime habitat. And we know that habitat is one of the key things to the future of koalas.
Fantastic. And can you tell me a bit about
the role of a modern zoo like Taronga has shifted. You look, years ago we were sort of collections of animals that to pique interest and people would come and observe, and then we moved into an education space of teaching kids and things like that. Really now the role of a modern zoo is multifaceted. We've entered into conservation through breeding programs, but we're working beyond that now. So the approach that we have at Taronga is a 360-degree approach. We still focus on wildlife, but we recognise that there's two other elements that are key to securing future for species. That's communities, engaging communities, influencing communities and inspiring them, and also empowering them to live in harmony with nature. And the other part is habitat, protecting our habitats, identifying critical habitat. So we seek out programs and partnerships that work in all three of those areas, and we look to add value to programs and partnerships where we can in each of those areas as well. That's the big question we're asking ourselves. We have 2 million visitors that come through our two zoos each year, and we have been asking ourselves, what is the one single thing that we should be telling them to do to secure a future for koalas? To me, I think it is around habitat. It is around living in harmony with nature. That's a broad thing, but considering your influence and impact on koalas, whether it's your dogs at home, whether it's how you drive your car, but also we've heard some fantastic presentations over the last couple of hours about, you might think removing the tree in your backyard isn't a big thing, but if that's in a koala area, an area that koalas call home, that can make a significant difference, particularly when it's extrapolated across a human population in an area. So I think it's really just being conscious and aware of those little differences that we make every day, choosing sustainable timber, making sure we're, and this isn't just for koalas, but it goes to our oceans as well, making sure that we're reducing our use of plastics and reusing and recycling and things like that. They're all of the things that we really need to be doing as a community, and they're things that we can take individual steps towards doing as well.